another quick sound check to see if sound and image is coming through. If you could put some yeses in the chat, that would be appreciated. And I see the yeses coming. Fantastic. Really do appreciate that. Good. All right, my friends. We will definitely record this event and make sure that people who are not able to log in, I see the room has clocked out right at capacity of about 1,000 people. So we'll make sure that the recording gets distributed out. And already, just in case I was to forget, Wednesday at the same time, we're going to have another webinar. So you can already mark that one. It will be at the same time Wednesday, but we will be able to advance inform that, and I will try to see to it to get higher capacity in the room. I'm sure they can drag it up to about 1,500, and I believe that they have a second server. We may be able to handle 3,000. Actually, they can pretty much stretch the capacity to any level. Now, folks, I do want to share straight out today, because there is some things that you will be delighted to at least be made aware about, and yet there is some things that are going to be a bit new and may feel strange in the first moment. So this is pretty much off the cuff. I've got a couple notes that I've taken, but Moni has arrived. As a matter of fact, Billy and Moni just were here minutes ago. They Moni traveled all the way from New Zealand to Los Angeles, from Los Angeles to London, from London to arrive finally here in Dublin. That was a 36-hour travel, I believe. Arrived Thursday, so she'd been on the route from Tuesday, and it's been a delight to be sharing together and brainstorming together. Now, Annalie was supposed to arrive on Wednesday and was hoping to kind of keep it as a surprise. We'd been joking back and forth that I had said, okay, are you down in the lobby yet? And that she said, well, the surprise will be soon. And it kind of, you know how it is with birthdays, that you kind of suspect a surprise. But anyways, it was, and it is on Thursday. Today is Monday the 20th. It is on Thursday last week that Annalie informed me that an unexpected personal emergency has come up, and I don't know the details. Okay, if I knew more details, I would give more details. A personal emergency, that's what I know, and I hope and pray to God that it is not involving one of her children. That you know, because automatically when you hear emergency, as a father myself, you hope that it doesn't involve her self and her children. So there is no sense speculating. I'm sharing right out what I have in front of me, and I'm sure the ones who love to spread rumors, my golly, they'll have a heyday right now. Coming up with all sorts of fantasies, and I just would urge you all to ignore them, because those are the people that, sadly enough, they seem to have nothing better to do. Annalie was set to come out here to actually arrive the day before Moni would arrive, and it was going to be a surprise for me then to see Annalie and meet her in person, and then to welcome Moni as well. And as a result, many of the things which are on the table regarding HRS in terms of its next phase, it's as referred to HRS2, are undefined. They are specified but undefined. Moni and I have spent extensive time in putting several practical aspects together with which we know and feel that HRS can be enhanced. A lot of those have come from you guys straight. We've got tremendous leaders. I mean, I'm thinking Ward Hammond. I'm thinking Piotr from Poland, and many others. I'd be unfair if by missing out on a lot of the other great leaders who've introduced and HRS to many people who treasure their teams, who are also trying to update their teams as best as they can. So the let me just switch that one off. Good. So the it is very important that we, at this point, I felt today I could not wait further before I wanted to update you. And even though it's updating you with very narrow information, very narrow facts, I wanted to pass on what I have. I do expect, and Manali has on the 18th, this is Friday, she has chat in Skype, sent me a very brief chat message that said, I will update you, I'll explain the whole emergency situation, and we'll talk together. So this could easily be later on tonight, it could be tomorrow. Some of you know me personally, you know a little bit about my life, you know how I've been challenged in my own family with the life and the safeties of my daughter, how I've had to deal and struggle with an extremely difficult situation. And how you can get into a sort of a spot that as much as you would love to update people and tell them exactly what's going on, that you simply can't, that you have to first attend to whatever the emergency is. And so if I go on gut feeling, and if I felt it otherwise, I hope by now you know me well enough that I would blurt it out. You know, I don't like to wrap things up in a candy. I prefer to give it raw as is. In my gut feeling, that sort of means in my intuition, I trust Annalie, that she's not bullshitting us, that she's not saying I got a emergency when in fact there is no emergency. Now, that there is people that would probably want to fantasize otherwise, hey, I've been around the block long enough to realize that as well. So, because of the situation, I want to make sure that as of today, that I will every 2 days, this will be Wednesday, there's going to be another webinar and I will share everything I know by then, even if it is to share. At this point, nothing has changed as it stands. I will do the same on Friday. And if there is anything substantial, I will update straight away. If there is an official statement that can be made, it will be made through all the chat rooms. It'll probably even be posted on the website. So here is a couple good things, and I hope with that I can blow some of the unnecessary speculations by some, and you'll hear speculations. Let them speculate. Hallelujah. As you may have noticed, the payouts are continuing. As a matter of fact, for those of you who don't have that link, let me pull it. Just one moment. I'm going to pull you the link use to go and check payouts yourself. And for those of you who have done that, then I'm sure you will have noticed that payouts have happened. Actually, hold on. I don't know if I can move this box out. The link is not showing complete. I will, hold on. I need a slightly bit more space to get the link to show up on the screen. I will put it in chat, even that doesn't show completely. I will see if, hold on, let's see if I can get that into, there it is. Okay, that's the link. Let me well, I will put it in chat when we're completed. I'll make sure it is repeated also in the in all the chat rooms, and on Facebook as well. hourlyrefshare.net/index.php ? P equals sign recent_payout. Right there, you will actually notice that payouts have been made even today. Payouts have been made on the 19th. Payouts have been made on the 18th. Every day there's been payouts. And there is another aspect which is very important. As a matter of fact, Moni and I were talking about it, and a while back, Moni asked what sort of contingency is there just in case something happens to you as an individual. And Annalie indicated that there is several trades that are set up even months in advance, or it is to say trade specifics. I mean, for those of you that know Forex, you know that these days a lot of robotics are used in Forex, parameters you build in for when to buy, when to sell. She has short-term trades that she does on the Forex market, Annalie does, and there is mid-term, there is long-term. So even if Annalie didn't touch a computer, there is a lot of these trades that continue to happen. And so that's another pillar in place. And I know these things don't show, aren't hollow. No company who would try to pull a scan would be doing the payouts that are happening. As a matter of fact, a statement which was only recently disclosed, this is when the change was necessary before the pause phase, when we went into that Ali indicated that there is enough reserve in the company that even if everybody wanted the refund, which, you know, at a particular point, if you are unclear whether a project, if the people are behind the project, and here we've enjoyed tremendous loyalty from you, the members, because I believe, because we've also seen tremendous loyalty from all the people involved. And so the reserves are there to give complete payouts, and there'd still be money left. So all that indicative that we have a company that is being run well, that yes, due to the growth needed some changes, and some of these changes have been implemented. We've actually got several changes that I would put on a 95% certainty they're going to be implemented. And in some part I'd like to discuss them with you today, and in another part I believe it is unfair, because I would much rather do that together with Annalie present, obviously together with Moni present. Moni asked me to do the webinar by myself today because, you know, obviously she would prefer to communicate straight from the horse's mouth, meaning straight from Annalie, the factors of the facets that are going on. So rather than speculating, is it this or that has happened in a personal emergency, I don't want to do that. And as uncomfortable as it is to bring you this, you know, there is nothing I've enjoyed more than have, you know, that we direct the camera here to the chairs, and that Annalie and Moni and whomever else is here, that we could all talk together. That actually all was part of the plan. And we're going to do that, but we're going to do it at the time that obviously if Annalie is currently suffering with an emergency, well then that is what we need to respect. So in the meantime, I would like to urge everybody to hang in there with HRS. There is good reason to. Those of you that feel that this is too crazy or too much of what you didn't expect, well, obviously you're welcome to walk anytime. And there is plenty other programs there, but the objective, where I'm at, where Moni is at, where the core people that have supported and have been totally behind HRS, behind Annalie, is we will stick it out. And probably we're looking at a relatively narrow time window. A question that I've seen posed today, will the site open up today or not? Honest to God, I don't know. The payouts, most important, I kind of think that that is a core element. The payouts continue. That means that there is people amongst you and amongst the total body who continue to receive payouts from the 16th, from the 23rd, from the 30th. Take that as the most important indicator. You know, I'm sure many of you know other programs where you know if they're sort of on their way out, there's no more payout. Yeah, and they don't have their site accessible, and they don't give updates, and there is nobody who wants to stick out the neck to talk. And this is not the case here. This is. Whether or not Annalie will ever want to disclose what personal emergency she had, that is at her discretion. I'm not a nosy person. I don't go, you know, bang on the doors or get on the phone to ask. I've gone through enough challenges myself that if there is these sort of people that obnoxiously push when you're not ready or not capable to reveal particular personal, private issues, so I am sure that she will be able to, as a matter of fact, she put that in her message that she is fully capable of handling it. Otherwise, I had naturally also in courtesy put that I would be, for her, if there is anything I can do to help, just to let me know. And in the sphere of influence, there is enough people on all levels of aspects that can help. So Wednesday, we're going to have another gathering right here. And I will make sure this time that the message, I kind of was hoping that I would get more specific update today so that by the time I would put the message out there that I could give you a bit more specifics, but I am in front of what we're in front of and what I've shared. That is unfortunately not possible at this moment. So maybe by Wednesday there is. If tonight, if tomorrow I pick up any information, we'll bump up the webinar. We may have it tomorrow. If not, Wednesday I'm here and I will share with you whatever I know. Friday we're going to do the same deal. Over the weekend it makes no difference what day it is, Saturday or Sunday. If there is important news, I will inform you and we'll have the webinar. I do want to wish also, and this is not related to hourly rev share, but as you know, there is a good symbiosis between Briscoe Funds and hourly rev share. Briscoe Funds is a company who's ongoingly advertised on the website. Briscoe Funds is another great company run by people of integrity. And unfortunately, Amanda there has fallen sick when we did a webinar a few days ago, and there is a recording of that webinar. Just ask for the link or ask to be put into the Briscoe room. Julie Wolf has done a great job with the webinar there. But Amanda actually was attending from the hospital. Now she's been told by the doctors that she needs to rest. You know, I hope part of you, my friends, will be able to sort of look at it a little bit from the other side. And feel for these people that are trying very hard to run the program as best as they can, but at the same time are challenged with a health emergency, with whatever else is the case. And you know, these programs are run by human beings, they're not machines. Now, at the same time, that being said, I also want to extend my feelings to each one of you who has been financially dependent on income from the internet. I feel for the families who right now are waiting for either, you know, a payment from the 16th or the 23rd or the 30th. I hope that nobody is in the situation of where that is the food money on the table, because then something went wrong in the communication. We shouldn't do that, is invest food money or electricity money in a program or allocate money there that you know, is stepping into a territory which these programs are not made for. These programs aren't social services or social welfare programs. They're programs where we go in to make a profit. And fortunately, with HRS, with Briscoe, both programs, many of you have been able to not only return your original invest, but you have been able to get some profit on top, and that's good. That, I believe, in sort of summary right now, is something that you can count on here. I don't believe there is any reason, anything that would worry a person who has purchased into HRS that you wouldn't see your money back. I believe that there is testimony and enough of the people that have been in a bit earlier that they have not only received their money back, but with profit on top. Payouts continue. That is confirming what I'm saying, and that you can monitor. Use the link that is on the screen there, recent _ payout link. That is where you can verify this every day, and naturally you would be the one that will know if it arrives in your STP or Ego Pay. Know that there is reserves in the company, and if somebody wants to walk away, that there is a capacity to do refunds. Now, refunds are not the objective. The objective is that the company can generate profits generated through the Forex trading, profits generated through the advertising sold, and that these profits can be distributed in whatever fashion that is appropriate. As soon as Annalie can communicate, the objective remains to have her over here as a guest. We will probably, precedent to that, do a webinar together with her from Berlin, and or otherwise, if she's able to fly over here in the next few days, then we will do it together as we intended. And at that point, all the preparations for the upgraded HRS Phase 2 or HRS 2 will be finalized, approved, and will be put in place. There is one more thing that I'm thinking of right now. There is going to be also a leadership webinar organized, and this will be one that will be run on a regular basis. There is going to be the weekly webinars for HRS. But there is also going to be a leadership webinar, which will be for people who have accounts of 15,000 and above, and people who have sponsored large numbers of people, who have introduced a lot of people, because we want to be able to hear and listen to you also for suggestions as the program and the company shapes and refines itself. All of the programs today, and there is no exceptions to this, must relate to the factors in the marketplace. They must be dynamic. They have to be adaptable. There is not a single program out there. And you know, I know there is a couple programs that play this little game trying to claim that they are better than HRS or better than Profitable Sunrise or better than this or better than that. Those are sad programs. They're usually cheap copies of some concept. Any program that has maturity realizes they do need to adapt, they do need to be flexible, as pretty much a human body. Yeah, is there a perfect weight for a human body? No, there is not. We've got to be able to adapt. Is there a blood sugar level for the body that is static and perfect for everyone? No, there is not. It needs to be able to go up and it needs to be able to go down. So it is with a project, which a program like Profitable Sunrise is to this day. And many of you know that I've been around the internet scene for nearly 20 years, and I've been in the seat as the participant, I've been in the seat as company owner. You have to be very dynamically responsive. Today, I hope that I've shown you a service by, in spite of the fact that I haven't got the kind of answers to your questions, you know, when will the payouts be completed of the 16th? That's something I'd love to answer, and I can't, I don't know. Or the 23rd or the 30th. When will the next withdrawal capacity be? I wish I could answer that. I can't this minute. I'm going to try to get answers to that over the next few days, but naturally right now, the emergency of Annalie is what precedes, and I'm in full support of her doing whatever she needs to do. I mean, let's be realistic. What would we do if Annalie if she had been in an accident and she was killed? And thanks goodness that is not the case. Then still we would have to deal with that. And in this sphere of different programs having to change and dealing with the realities of life, this is why it's so important that we leverage over other programs. It has nothing to do with me wanting to push another program over another one. It's just maturity. All the wise leaders, people like Piotr, like Ward, they will recommend that you spread your portfolio. This way you're at ease. While we're awaiting here hourly rev share, you may have some Briscoe funds coming in, or while you're awaiting there is others that substitute, or you have several streams going at the same time. In the beginning, not. In the beginning, you have to focus on one particular program, especially if you're dealing with a very small amount of money. Then you first kind of need to grow that snowball. And if that's the case, you're in with HRS, stick with HRS, be patient. Or I hope by Wednesday, today being Monday, I hope by Wednesday that there is clarity. And I pretty much would say with certainty, I would say before the end of the week, the good part with emergency is that they don't last. You know, your house, if it is on fire, it doesn't stay on fire. And so it sort of is a bit extra difficult, because then there was the pause, which I know stretched some people's patience, and now this emergency attached looks like an elongation. They're two separate things. Had I known that there was an emergency, I obviously would have communicated earlier, but then that's what emergencies are. They come when, and they sort of slap themselves into our presence, and we have to deal with them. In this case, it's an emergency for Annalie, and I pray, I hold in meditation, in thoughts, and I also pass this on in Skype to Annalie, that I hold nothing but the best of supportive energy, that she has the strength to deal with it, that she has the surrounding support people around her, and whoever is affected by, whether it's, you know, her family or whatever the case may be, that these people are also hopefully being attended to and get out of that emergency as quick as possible. I believe that this is, I'm quickly glancing at the core things that I wanted to share. I believe this is it. So I'm going to close off the webinar here right now. I'm going to get the recording out immediately. I'll get the link uncut straight out as it's been here, so that the people that couldn't get in the room, because the room's bumped into the 1,000 attendees, and then Wednesday or earlier is the next webinar. I want to thank you for coming in here today. Want to thank you for your patience. Want to thank you for a willingness to trust, a willingness to also accept human tender. Today was not logistical facts and figures, which I wish I could have given, and today was subject of human tender, the kind of news you'd rather not have to bring, and yet we're all mature people together. You as members of HRS, you deserve to know what we know, and there you go. You know what I know, and I appreciate that. So thank you very much, and we will talk with each other on Wednesday or be updated earlier. Thanks so much.